Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday night connection and consciousness. So this week, we enter into a new level. We understand that according to the books of, called the Bible, or the 5 books of Moses, right? We are entering each one of those books represented by the 5 different worlds. What is world? 5 different elevations that exist within us, within every individual. So the organized books are not about the book or about the reading or about the revelation. It meant to awaken, each book meant to awaken within us that, what we call the world, that reality, that way to be accessed. So now we enter into book of Bamidbar. Bamidbar is called the book of Numbers. And we know that's the book that the time of the Israelites entering to the desert. Now, let's just understand the idea is that what happened in the desert? Why it has to be the entire book speaks about their time in the desert, what they did, all the different adventures that they went through. And he says, it's very important secret. וידבר השם אל משה במדבר סיני באוהל מועד באחד לחודש השני, and he continued. This verse, it's all detailed. So it says, the Creator spoke to Moses where? In the desert of Sinai, in the tent of Moed. It's an occasion, it's a moment. In the second month, but in the first day of the second month. So many details. Instead of just God spoke to us, who cares where they were? Why is it important to give me all the details and the location and the time and the exact specific? Very simple, but beautiful secret. The Creator, your Creator, if you understand, each one of us came from that creation. And it's showing us very specifically what is he showing us? Why the Creator was in detail explaining that. One is always be specific. Always be direct. Speak to the matter itself. That's the first initial sentence of the whole book of Numbers gives you a description of if you want to be anything closer to receive what you want in life, be specific. Many people goes around and around, beat around the bushes, right? Finding, politically correct way to say it. I'm not saying if it's not to hurt anybody, right? But the second part is, more specific you become, more exact you become, the Creator will be very exact with everything. Many of us have desires, and it comes sort of, not exactly, but well, it's okay, could have been. When we start being exact, when we start being precise, now the Creator behave like our shadow, right? Exactly. Gives us exactly all the time. So this is like initial consciousness, big picture in that first verse that you cannot really avoid. Once you read it, you realize, wait a second. So just want you also to learn how to learn when you next time, or how we study. Second thing is, in this, the whole portion, the whole reading, the whole writings speaks about that all the different families and their tribes, and what flag did they have? All 12 tribes, different families in every tribe, and their flag. Okay. How often you hear they speak about flags? Well, again, of course, the initial moment of creating a flag, but as often we're not speaking about the flags, meaning how often you speak about the American flag or any country flag. You just see how it looks like, it's very nice, but there's not much conversation going on. What is the idea here? So beautiful. It says, Ish al diglo. Every man and his own flag. What happened in life? And again, this is the Kabbalistic way of thinking, of seeing who we are, what we came here to do. He says that if you ask yourself, what is your flag? What are you stand for? Who you are? What do you stand for? Do you stand for something? Or you're just jumping between other people's flag? When I started this journey with Kabbalah, right? Before that, I like to call it myself spiritual shopper. Shopping a little bit in Buddha, shopping a little bit in religion, shopping a little bit here, shopping physics, shopping in here, shopping in meditation, in Taoism, in Hinduism, in all kind of shamanism, shopping. I was traveling the world. Oh, that was interesting, right? We all can do that. It's like going to tasting in restaurants, right? You go around. My teacher always told us, there's people going to a street fair, tasting. Yeah, they feel good in the end after they finish all these street. But did they eat a meal? Did they really experience the full meal, full revelation? Absolutely not. So therefore, many people jumping between flags. One day I'm this and one day I'm that. When you're standing behind the flag, you don't go and convince people about your flag. Hey, come be part of my flag. No. What does the flag represent? This is what I believe. This is what I stand for. If you want, you can come stand next to my flag. I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm actually encouraging everybody not to believe a word I'm saying. Absolutely. Check it out. See what we're talking about. We're not looking for believers. Oh, yes. No. Okay, you go, you check, work for you. Stand behind the flag. Stop jumping around. Oh, let me go to this tribe and let me go to that tribe. Many people like it this way. Again, at some point, you want to stick to the flag, to your flag. What is flag? Again, I'm not asking you physically now because you live in Texas and now you're in New York, go back to Texas because that's your flag. No. Not the physical flag, my friend, or whatever. It's who you are. What are you representing? Many people tell them who they are. They tell you what they're working, right? Who you are? Oh, I'm an accountant. Who you are? I have a business. Well, who are you? Right? Many people don't know what is the flag. What am I representing? Am I this? Am I that? Should I be this? Should I be that? What am I doing? Okay. Obviously, we understand that I need to wake up every day. By the time that you're choosing what flag you're going to stand behind, every day you wake up and you stand behind that flag. And slowly you see how you attract whoever is interested in that flag. But if you don't lift the flag, right? Rise up the flag every morning, right? That's why in the army, I know we wake up every day, Everybody goes to the flag, lift the flag, and then half, and then in the end of the day, we take it down. We know what it represents. This is what we stand for, right? In a moment, every day. That's something that we should do every single day. To what you stand for, wake up and stand behind your flag, and you will see the difference, as opposed to, I don't know, let me see, oh, I see them, let me go follow them, let me go follow them. What am I doing? What am I representing? What am I stands for? Every single day. That's the second point that we would like to awaken. Third is something a little bit deeper, but let's see how far we can go with it, okay? When it speaks about desert, if I'll tell you, my friends, let's go to the desert. Take a backpack, go to the desert. Many people will say, what do you mean the desert? What should I bring? Should I pack this? Do I have where to sleep? It's going to be cold, it's going to be hot. Desert represents some kind of fear, some kind of unknown, some kind of no results, death, because nothing grows in the desert. It even says that the place where the negative side live, we call it the opponent, the Satan, the negative side, the evil inclination, is plain field in this world, and the desert is his home, right? He lives in the desert. What does it mean? Every time you have space, or we spoke last week a little bit about it, but every time you don't see result, your evil inclination, your negativity starts to work. Wow, I see the desert. Well, it's going to be cold, it's going to be hot, it's going to be, what shoes do I get? Imagine, desert represents lack. And awaken for us fear, pressure, panic, frozen, right? Lack of control, lack of discipline. Explain some deep consciousness in Kabbalah. Hopefully we can awaken that for our heart and for the world as well. There is a concept called Gadlut HaKabbalah and Katnut HaKabbalah. There's a concept called Gadlut, greatness, and smallness, which is Katnut. There's two ways that we operate, and we jump in between them all day long. All day long. But it's now I want to talk about not just them, the two aspects, greatness and smallness. I want to relate it to what we call Gadlut HaKabbalah. Greater receiver, Kabbalah is from the word to receive, or smaller receiver, or shrinked receiver, right? Katnut, Katan is small. Small receiver or greater receiver, okay? What does it mean? Gadlut, which is greatness or big or great, have two levels. Katnut, smallness, also two levels. Okay? Now I'm going to go through the two scenarios and you see how they work beautifully together. So the two conditions of Gadlut and Katnut, how they work. So we know in smallness, there are two levels. One is that my desire to receive is very small. I don't want too much. I'm not saying too much as is too much, but I don't want much. Many people live life, let's say, no, I don't need much. I don't need all this, I don't need all of that, small desire, no problem. What they need to do, right? What is the Katnut work here is the katnut, the smaller desire to receive for the self alone. Meaning, first level is I don't have big desire. I don't have big desire. But also, I have a desire to receive for the self alone, that I need to use that smallness to that part of me. In the other way, we have the desire, a big desire, meaning gadlut, greatness. So you see someone with a big desire to receive. I want a lot. I want more, right? But they also have, I want for myself alone, also big one. You understand? So let's understand these two levels, big and small. One that have a big desire, I want more. It never ends, endlessly. But they also have equal to that a desire to that desire to receive, but for the self alone. They want it selfishly for themselves. The other way around, someone doesn't have desire to receive for himself alone, a big one, but it also doesn't have a big desire. So it's almost equivalent in a way. Let's understand how we work with it. We see how it works in life. Why? The ultimate direction we want to be on is that I have the greatest desire to receive in life. I want to more and more. And I'm shrinking to the smallest desire to receive for the self alone, the selfishness. I reduce to the smallest or the smaller level that it possibly can be. Huge desire to receive, reducing my desire to receive for the self alone, the selfish desire, to the smaller. What many people do? Many people have small desire and a big desire to receive for the self alone. And they always empty, always not satisfied. You have those people. You cannot satisfy them, and nothing not from the point of view that they have a big desire, right? Everything bothers them. Everything. Don't see any big picture. Small desire that is taken by selfish desire, by desire to receive for myself alone. I want, but for me, right? Or I want small, I want, but for me, big one. These are two different individuals, but two different operational system, right? Meaning we need to know how to work with this desire to receive. Remember, the desert represent lack. If you look at the desert, it looks open, right? Wide and big, like the desire to receive. But nothing is there. Meaning I need to come to the level that I have a desire to receive like the desert, like big vessel, but I reduce my selfishness to the desert. What is a desert desire? No, doesn't want nothing. Barely water can sink into the desert. Nothing grows there. The desert, I don't need anything for me, right? But it's huge. It's gigantic and nothing for him. This is the goal. This is the gift that we receive this week. What do we want to understand? every situation, right? We need to we see that different situations that comes to us. We spoke about it earlier, but I want to develop that idea that we spoke about earlier about pressure, about stress. I see lack. How come they have and I didn't? How come that happened and that's not happening for me? Right? Every situation. Imagine you're about to speak to investors. You have stress. I'm under stress. I have to get the deck of card, the investor cards. I need to prepare the PowerPoint. I have so many things. I'm not sure. I'm going to transplantation. I didn't do. I didn't even shave yet. I didn't even clean my suit. Stress. Because tomorrow there is an investor meeting, right? I see sometimes people talking to, VIPs in a way, and all of a sudden become someone else. They're under pressure talking, right? Or imagine, you have to do public speaking. Oh, I don't know what to do. Stress, right? What do people translate stress as? As negative. It's so negative that people will say, you know what? I rather not having, I don't want all this pressure. I don't want all this stress. I don't need it. Why do I need all of this? And people start shrinking their desire. Why? Because they think that if I would shrink my desire, I would have less stress. That's the joke. That's a joke. That's ridiculous. I don't want buildings and employees and 5,000 employees. I don't know, all this pressure and banks and this and that. They think, and slowly, they reduce their desire. And again, I'm not saying that people who want to big companies, all of that, they have a big desire. That's not what I'm saying. But what it's represented by that, right? That idea that I want to do more. I want to influence more. I want to change the world. I want to help more people. Some people say, no, I don't need that, Everybody should help themselves. Why do I need to get involved? I don't want all this pressure on me and meetings and traveling and all of that. I don't need it. So they think that the reduced desire will reduce the pressure or the stress. Absolutely not. Why? Because it's against the universal laws. It doesn't work this way. People have pressure or stress. Have you ever seen a successful person that doesn't have stress to deadlines? Have you ever seen? I've seen many successful people. They don't even have time to eat. They don't even have time to talk to me. Benjamin, let's talk on the phone while I'm walking between the meeting. Wow, tell me what, while I'm going to the bathroom, on the way to the bathroom, I need to ask you a question. I don't have time. They're squeezing everything. No, I don't need that life. I don't need, I want to have one meeting a day. I don't need that, no more people. I need just 2 or 3 clients, no more. Yeah, that's the joke. We think we're going to solve the problem. Absolutely not. Because what is stress? What is pressure? Have you ever seen, again, I give the example because it's bothered me to take a shower with there's no pressure in the shower, right? I'm sure some of you also bothered by that, taking a shower and the stream is so dripping, right? It's like, okay, 1 time, twice, but eventually it's bothering, right? You want pressure. Any engine, any car work only with pressure. Electricity you produce with pressure, with water pressure, right? Or with wind pressure, whatever it is. Everything has to have pressure, and you call it stress. You call it stress because, you're taking upon yourself, as opposed to use that pressure, use that stress. That's what it's all about. Why? What is stress? Stress, let's say this is our vessel. This is our vessel. This is who we are. How much can be filled in that vessel? Maybe that amount of water or liquid. What is pressure? It's the surrounding light around your soul. Is that surrounding energy. Your next level is right there, pressuring to get in. Let me in. Let me in. You know what pressure is? Is the sound of your soul wants to break through. Let me break through. Let me penetrate that negativity. Let me show you the secret. Our soul is fighting. And that people translate that as stress. No. It's the push of your next level. Yes, the way it triggered by the neighbor didn't give you the right answer. It's triggered by the client wants to give you another business, right? Imagine you take a client, I don't know, you're accounting or whatever it is, and they give you a big job. Now, oh no, I don't do it, right? It's too much stress. No, that pressure is from your surrounding light. Who you are, what you are today, it's really good. It's enough for today, not for tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. You're going to wake up tomorrow, even if you have zero thing to do, you're going to start feel the pressure at some point. The pressure has to start no matter what. If you're still alive in this world, it's not going to leave you. People translate it as stress. Oh, the desert, Scorpio, snakes, what's going to happen? No. Pressuring going to the desert means like, wow, I want to be like the desert. I want to have a tremendous desire to receive. But I'm going to shrink my selfishness. The self alone, I'm going to shrink it like the desert. Nothing is growing there. I'm not going to allow my selfishness to grow. And in this type of vessel, there's no stress. There's only healthy pressure. Healthy pressure. It again, the pressure of yesterday, it's good and it's exact for yesterday. Today, your soul wake up and scream, enough with the smallness, enough with the small desire. Let's shrink the desire to receive for the self alone and expand our greatness, our vessel, our desire to receive more than that. Pressure is the motive, is the energy, is the movement. Like when you see the spaceship trying to get into Earth, right? So much pressure, right? When the spaceship come back to Earth to the atmosphere, so much pressure, right? What is that stress? What is that pressure? It's what build. It's what build you. It's what allow you to create, to manifest. If I saw something, I have a greater desire. The way it starts to translate in your life is as pressure. People translate as stress. Get stressed. Oh, it's too stressful. No, it's great. Once you understand that, you ask for more. You don't bury yourself or many people have pressure, they froze. Oh, I don't know what to do now. So what should I do? I don't know, man. Too many things. I don't know what to do. You know? We know many of us, when pressure comes, we get stressed and we take wrong advices. Wrong advices. What type of advices we take? Physical advices. Take few pills, do some, therapy, take a vacation, take a day off. Okay, it's okay to do those things, my friend. But you cannot solve the problem of pressure unless you expand, move forward, and use that as a lift, as a lift to your next level. Pressure comes, stress comes. You call it stress. It's my next level calling me. My soul wants to grow, but I see the desert. What I'm gonna do? Oh, I want to be like the desert. Give me the vessel of the desert, and give me the zero growth of the desire to receive with the self alone within me. Like the desert, nothing grow in the desert. Most people, pressure comes, stuff it in. Okay, let me prepare. Let me pretend everything's okay. And then explosive. That doesn't work, my friend. Some people complain about it. Some people, put it on others and thinking they solved their own problem. No, friend. There's no escape from that. And this is what he's talking about this week. The whole idea of this week is to awaken your vessels, to want so much more, and to reduce the selfishness, the desire to receive for the self alone, to nothing, like nothing grow in the desert. Why? Because that's what my soul wants. My soul wants to influence. My soul is that surrounding light, is that energy that keep pushing, my next level, keep pushing. Always want to go in, always want to expand. Remember that. Now again, if you can awaken yourself to when moment like that happen, stress or pressure, ask for more. Don't be afraid. Ask for more. That's it. This type of pressure will be enough to push me all the way to, across the hill, cross the hurdle. That's the pressure will be enough for me. Okay, but give me more. Again, it doesn't work if you start putting your pressure on others. I had a project here a couple of months ago. It's so easy. I have a pressure. Why only me to have pressure? Let me put it on others. Hey, it's also your pressure. It's also on you, right? We're doing it. In relationship, we're doing it. Why it's just on me? Why I just need to make the decisions? Why I need to know what we're eating for dinner? It's too stressful for me, right? All kind of reasons like that. It's okay. But remember, you cannot put pressure on others and take away pressure from others. Cannot be. Why? Because that's their vessel, and that's the amount of surrounding energy that wants to come in for their particular vessel. And if you're trying to take it away from them, technically you cannot, right? Or you think you can, but you're not. You take that away from them. You, at least illusionary way of thinking, you take that away from them. You cannot. What you can do is help them seeing that in a way to get to the next level. That's what it is. That amount, the last pressure, let's push, the last push, right? I don't like to speak about it, but it's a natural discussion. And if you listen to these classes, you're probably taking care of yourself spiritually and physically as well. So obviously, every individual, if you ever did colonics, right? They pressuring water, right? They pressuring water, every individual in his own, intestine or organs, right? Sizes and whatever. That's how much water they can bring in. That amount of water creates pressure if you've done it. And then garbage comes out. And it clears the vessel to access more. Is it simple? That you have to have that example. What is the water represent? That pressure. That pressure that the universe puts on us. It's not the universe have something against us. It's just allowing us to expand. But I cannot expand because it's all full of garbage. So the pressure comes to clean it, take it out. You don't clean it, more severe pressure happening. You cannot stop it, my friends. Learn how to use it. Learn how to use it. Learn how to use pressure to clean your pipes, to clean your vessel, and be available to influence in a greater way. Again, if you are connected to it or not, it's up to you, but I do recommend to any time stress or pressure come, don't make it stressful. Use the pressure to expand my next level. I want a bigger picture. I want a bigger vessel. I want a bigger desire to receive. So this is why Moses, before they take them to the land of Israel, what does the land of Israel represent? The greatest desire to receive. They have to go through a desert, to die, meaning to kill all the selfishness. Put it in the desert, nothing grow. Kill all the selfishness and the negative side in the desert. And then you have access to your greatest desire. That's one more point. Last point. Last point, we know the idea of counting. Before entering to the desert, Moses started to count. If you read this week, it's a lot of counting, right? Counting the tribes, counting the families, counting this, counting that. But it says, if you count something, there's no blessings in something that you count, right? Like you say, don't count, people, don't count things, because once you count, represent limitation. You count something, you limit it. You put a cap on it. One can only be one. Two can only be two, right? Three can only be, you count, you put a cap. That's why it represents that when you're counting, you're limiting. But let's understand spiritually what it means, right? Because the Kabbalists, beautiful Kabbalists that I love study from, right? The Noam Elimelech, and he says, but when we are connected, when we are in a constant communication with the light of the Creator, with our Creator, when we're doing good on why we came here, that we're going to the next level, we open ourselves to more. No counting can limit you, right? No counting can limit you. Now let's understand it a little bit more, because, if we understand counting, when someone is, not so connected to the light of the Creator, when someone is not connected spiritually, right? Sometimes counting, right, is in a way limiting him. I mean, counting, what have I done? How many things I've done in my life? How many people I know? Look at my phone book. How many people I have in my phone book? How many deals did I do? How many clients? All kind of making a count of everything. What did that person do? He's just limiting himself, right? As opposed to one specific number that have no limitation. It's the zero. Zero doesn't connect to anybody. Is not committed, right? You can take a 0 and add it to a 1, you get a 10. And add many zeros that you want. It doesn't make a difference to the 0, right? It doesn't make a change in the 0. Numbers, you start adding, you changing, but zeros, you know, sometimes when you write, let's say you want to say 4,000, right? Today people say 4K, right? Yeah, you can put a 0, you cannot put a 0, it's okay, right? You can put many zero, you can put less 0. No. What does it mean? Because 0 is a connection to the endless. 0 represents the endless. That's why when you're not counting, you have the connection to the endless and the circuitry never end. No above, no below, no right, no left. Circle. No count, always in the endless. What do we want to do? Right? Again, this is it's very hard to understand it logically, right? But we have to develop a vessel in relation to what we spoke until now that is Ephes. What is Ephes? There's no holding on that vessel. Our desire to receive is so big, so vast. No one can count it. No, you cannot count it. You know, oh, I have a level of desire to receive from 1 to 10, it's level 8. No, my level is 0. Right? Endless. Endless desire. No count. No limitation. Your creator, your God, whatever you want to call it, cannot be that is limited by numbers and letters or physics or physical laws, right? To achieve the level of creation of the creator is only when you achieve the level of 0. Many people don't like to be called 0. Oh, you're such a 0. It's a great blessing. It's a great blessing. Let me achieve the level of 0 of my ego, of my desire to receive for the self alone. I wanna achieve the level of 0. Why? Because I remove it from any holding, from any counting. And now I have access to unlimited vessel, endless vessel. But one need to awaken that desire to achieve the level of 0. Ephes, Afsiyut, which means doesn't matter what you did today, doesn't matter what you awakened today, how many secrets you learned today, how many people you touched today, how many people you tell you, you're amazing, oh, we love what you did today, it was amazing today, you changed my life today. You wake up in the morning tomorrow, back to 0. Many people wake up tomorrow, wow, it's such a great day yesterday. I guess I can take a day off of these things, right? Because it was good. No, it was good just for that day. Whatever I done, whatever I influenced, how much money I made yesterday, I wake up in the morning, it's 0. Then you have a chance. Then you know you're building a real vessel. I know I'm not there. I know many people are not there. We're riding on the success of yesterday. We kind of like floaters, keeping the float, right? Another deal here, another deal here. Maybe something gonna happen there. Maybe that, and people waiting for those things, and then boom, they get stuck. All of a sudden, for a few months with no income, and then like pressure, stress. What should I do? No, every single day from today, this is how you want to wake up in the morning. Or before you go to sleep, no matter what I did today, no matter how many people I helped, no matter what type of revelation I had, tomorrow morning I wake up, 0, getting back to the endless. 0 meaning nothing. Again, not my desire to receive for the self alone. And 2, I don't have results. I didn't have anything yesterday. Today starts fresh. Very important consciousness. Because this is a real blessing. Real blessings is not something you count. It's not something that you speak about. It's something concealed. It's something that is hidden from the eye. That's what the real blessing is. Now, real blessing is connected to the endless. Real number, right? Counting, it's of this world, is the world, the world of ego. How much do you have? 2 million, 3 million. Oh, I have 5. Oh, wow, wow. How many businesses did you open? Oh, 6. How many people you closed? 2. Oh, I'm only 1. That's the number business, right? How many this? How many that? How many? All the time. You ask. I said many times. You ask someone, hey, tell me who you are. He's gonna start. He's gonna start tell you his business, how many deals, and blah blah blah. That's what he's gonna tell you, right? So obviously, this is what I want to share with you this week. And if you have any question, you can definitely always call or text or email back. But before we go into the question, I want to say thank you, and please, if you're watching the YouTube, please help us share that channel, or click like or discuss or whatever it is you can do to help us spread this wisdom. Thank